Hello, and welcome to the Biomass Magazine podcast. I'm your host, Anna Simet, and today I'm chatting with Jason Kessler, president and owner of KESCO. Jason, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. How's it going, Anna?
Very good. Thank you. So happy to have you here today. I think let's kick things off with having you tell those who are not familiar a little about KESCO and what you do.
Well, I guess how I would describe it is we're a solution company. We are involved in biomass system design, project management, construction management, equipment supply, consulting. It's all part of putting together biomass processing systems. And we try to, we don't have a standard offering because each application and each customer has their own way of doing things. So we really try to customize a solution to each project's needs.
So, Jason, what would you say is keeping KESCO busy these days in the biomass sector?
Lots and lots of wood pellets. It is extremely busy, adding personnel as quickly as I can find good people, which I know is a struggle for lots of people today. But the growth of this market, the way that we implement projects and have a hands-on approach, with our customers, getting them direct access to the various manufacturers with KESCO integrating that solution, we are getting tremendous response from the biomass industry because we're getting to the meat of a project and getting things done. We aren't getting bogged down in the engineering and evaluation stages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's exciting. There just seems to be a lot of momentum right now in the pellet space after kind of maybe a bit of a lull, during that COVID time. So Jason, you are speaking on a panel at the upcoming International Biomass Conference and Expo in Atlanta. Always love having you there and appreciate your sponsorship so much. Your part of the panel is cooling and storage. So maybe tell our listeners a little bit about, what you're going to get into and the message that you want to relay.
Sure. So I'm on this panel with Kyle Hoffman from CPM, Timo Müller from Solmatech, and Helger Streets from Batten. And we're really going through the wood pelleting process, with my portion being the cooling and the storage. And, the common denominator in both of those areas of process is the issue of self-heating. There's certainly a technical aspect of pellet coolers, design, sizing criteria. Same with storage, whether it's warehouse or vertical storage, tall and skinny or short and fat silos, and with or without aeration. We'll touch on all of that stuff. But really the underlying tone or message is this: what are we doing to address this self-heating issue? And there's some really good technical presentations out there written by people that are a lot smarter than I am. And, quite frankly, when I read it, I get a little, wrapped around the axle with exothermic auto-oxidation and, unsaturated fatty acids and all the scientific stuff that's going on. And there's lots of that information out there that is valuable for people to read. What I'm going to focus on is having reached out to pellet producers, the people that I've talked with, and what problems do they experience and what have they done to address this issue, and there's a lot of really good feedback out there from our producers. I've said it in presentations before, I'll say it again. Comparatively speaking, this is a very young industry. And so when people learn stuff, for the industry to succeed, there's so much that can be learned from each plant's experience, because it's highly likely that another plant hasn't experienced yet, but they probably will in the very near future. So, it's really making it more about, here are some things that the industry has tried with coolers and with storage, and here are the mixed results, both positive and negative, that have come from it.
Well, it sounds like a great panel, Jason, and I really look forward to it. Is there anything else that you want to add while we're on the line, talking about the panel, or anything else?
Well, just would like to certainly invite people to stop by our booth 318. We're going to have, when I mentioned that we give direct access to our vendors, what I mean is, KESCO has a group of specific strategic partners. So if it's, size reduction equipment and pelleting equipment, for example, we work with CPM. And so in our booth, we'll have people from each of these strategic partners that make up 90% of a wood pelleting operation. So, I'd invite them to come by. I'd love to meet them and offer them access to our vendors who will be there as well. And we'd love to hear about their problems. Tell us about the challenges that they're experiencing, because, that's, when I was younger, Anna, I chased the dollar like any other red-blooded American man. And, thought that you measured talent with the thickness of your wallet. And, as I've gotten older and as I have developed friendships in this industry, what I've found is that if we approach life, if we approach business from the perspective of, what can I do to be of maximum service to this other person, that all the rest of the stuff takes care of itself. And that's not some cheesy line. I mean, that's really how I feel about it. And it's what I tell my team, and it's what we try to do. So if people have problems, they're struggling with something, every process has issues. We want to know what they are, and we'll do our best to help them solve it.
Love it. Are you going to have the fun hats back this year at your booth?
Oh, yeah.
You always have the best swag.
Holger, I got a picture from Holger. His son this past summer had one of the KESCO hats on in Germany. It was awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet, I gotta say.
Well, I've got another one with your name all over it.
All right. Oh, well, Jason, thank you so much for the preview of your panel. Really looking forward to Atlanta. Can't wait to catch up.
Sounds great. Me too.
And to our listeners, make sure you stop by KESCO's booth if you're going to be at the conference. And you can actually register at biomassconference.com. Producers get in free. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.